Okay, now, Sweet Tooth, you eventually reach the doctor. As you see Eric, Darren's father, start to come out of the doctor's little office there. And you know that it's his area because of the sign that's outside. It's got a golden cross on a red, crimson red kind of field, and that's his like sign there. And you see Eric starting to walk out. And then the doctor, with his usual mask on and everything, looks around and begins to notice you. Eric, well, depends on what you're doing, I should say. What are you doing with all this?
I'll be like, hey, Mr. Drain, how you doing? Sorry to interrupt you. I need the doctor's help real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problems. No problem, sweetie. Where's Deryn at?
Yeah, he's helping bandage up old Nicholas at the tavern. He got injured or something, so I came to get the doctor.
Okay. Well, I'll probably head that way. And he starts to walk off. And then Dr. Corvus kind of looks at you. You need me for Nicholas? What happened to Nicholas?
Yeah, we was going to get a drink, but Otto was in there and bandaging up his father, Nicholas, and said that he wanted to get the doctor, so he came to get you. He's got some stab wounds and looking real frail and bony.
Well, one moment while I grab my things. And he goes through, grabs his bag real quick, and then walks out the door, shuts it, locks it. All right, let's go. Heads off. You guys head back. Now, Deryn, you've done a fairly fine job of bandaging him up. Or at least you think a fairly fine job. And then the doctor gets in probably about 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later or so. Sorry, more like 45 minutes later. Eventually comes in, and you've already finished up for a good 20 minutes now. Gets in and checks him over, says hi to everybody, checks him over, and well, there's not much I can do. I mean, I can give you a tonic of some kind if you'd like. And he pulls out this kind of reddish liquid and hands it to Nicholas, and Nicholas drinks that baby down. Stretches for a moment, and he's like, oh, that is so much better. Well, thank you, doctor. And so what are you guys doing now? And, Eric did also arrive just a little bit before they did. Pat you on the back and everything's like, way to go, son.
Hey, Father, how'd the doctor go?
Just fine.
Okay?
Just fine. Oh, yeah.
You swear?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I trust you. I just worry about you.
You won't have to for much longer.
What does that even mean?
Everything's gonna be fine. That's all it means.
It sounded like you planning on something big, like you're either leaving town or...
No. He just helped me to realize a few of the things that were problems, and well, that'll all get cleared up soon enough.
Well, this Nicholas here went through. I don't know what happened to him, but he's not looking good.
Yeah. What happened, Nicholas? What exactly happened to you last night? It's like, well, I suppose I was attacked. I don't know exactly what happened. I was near the House of Sif, and something came out of nowhere and just mauled me. And this kind of tracks, Sweety, with what you know, because you guys were more on the north end when you all found the werewolf and had confronted it. And when it ran, it was running towards the south side.
Hey, Mr. Nicholas.
Yes, Sweetie?
I was attacked too yesterday, but it didn't get me as good as it got you, it looks like. We was able to fight it off, but that thing came to town. Whatever got you.
Yeah. Give me an instinct check, if you will.
11 plus 2, 13 with fear.
13 with fear, okay.
I'm on my fear dice today.
Yeah, you are. And I thank you greatly.
Get these out of the way.
Yeah. So you realize that his cuts, like his bruises, like they look like they were done by a weapon, not by the creature. Like the creature was ripping people apart.
Mm.
So, not overly consistent, but I mean possible and semi-plausible at the very least. But he's like, yeah, it was very brutal. I don't know. I'm surprised I survived, to be honest.
You know, I remember a story you always tell us.
Oh? Well, I do tell so
Look,
many these days.
That creature I saw reminded me of that story for some reason. You know, I love your stories, by the way. They're always so great. I don't think I ever told you that, but...
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
I write stories too, you know, but they're not as good, obviously. No one cares about them. Anyways, that reminded me of the story you told us.
Yeah? Oh, are you looking through it?
Here it is. I found it.
Okay.
There's a story about the moon and the sun and Fenrir's children. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, of course. Hati and Skull.
Yeah, that one. Were they some kind of werewolf type thing?
That's how it appeared, yes.
And there was some part of the story was like something about people being like infected or whatever with shards and turning into those things.
Well, that's just a story, of course. But yes, that is part of it. Supposedly, an individual that takes this in, well, starts to take on the form of it from time to time. Typically, it's of the moon in which the shard came from, if you could say. So it's very much so dependent upon that, and judging by last night's moon, that's pretty on track for somebody who might have transformed under a waning moon.
Those are just stories, right? You never actually saw that.
Well,
Self.
I didn't personally see it. However, individuals have... These stories have, of course, been passed down for generations, but individuals have said they've seen it before, and a lot of it tracks with the stories that we hear. Last night, semi-confirmed some of that, though I'm not convinced. But I suppose it's still out. And he leans forward for a second, and he's like touching his back in like the lower right, and you can see this incredible burn mark in his actual back, like completely charred. And Deryn, this is actually one that you did miss. And the doctor looks at it and he's like, "Oh, that's not good." And so he starts applying a salve to it, and then he starts to bandage that up. But you notice that it has kind of like the burn spreads outwards, as if there was like an impact into one particular side, and it almost looked like... Well, give me a knowledge check if you would. And that's for either of you to make if you want to.
Let him do it. I rolled last one.
15 with fear.
15 with fear. Okay. It looks consistent with that of like maybe he got hit with a fire blast, or maybe like lightning struck or something like that. Like you're not entirely sure what that is exactly. but you know it's a very specific sort of mark to have. Like, that doesn't just happen out of nowhere. But that's what you catch just before he gets bandaged up and with the salve applied and all that jazz. So, but yeah. And he's just like, well, I appreciate the help.
Yeah, I probably would have looked for a way to kind of be like, oh, we'll leave you alone while you're getting bandaged up, and grab Deryn to, let's go get a side table and wait for Galvan.
Yeah, let's do that.
And Otto brings you a couple of drinks. Eric seems to stay and sit with Nicholas for a little bit. All right, so Galvan, how do you feel? Oh, hold on, y'all.
That messed up the overlay. Let's just pause.
I fucked everything up. Sorry.
Did it? Or
There we
no?
go.
There we go. We're back. All right, so Galvan, how do you feel?
I think it's one of those, like, I don't know what to think. And so I kind of like gather myself, take note of the coin. I'll set it in my backpack. Kind of look up at the statue, nod, and then just like start making my way to the tavern and trying to just focus on that, like, the heat that I felt. And just kind of like very distractedly so, like, as I walk, like, just focusing on that, and I'm just like muscle memorying my way back to the tavern. I'm not like watching. And yeah, like Galvan just doesn't like know what to think. It was almost like he almost didn't even expect anything to happen when he went there, and then like the most happened.
Yeah.
Even shock.
It's a fair feeling to feel. Yeah, so you do make your way to the tavern. Starting to feel this, but like you feel a little more sure, as it were. Like you have like some ulterior comfort out there. But as you think on the challenges that you faced thus far, like that's where you feel the comfort now, is in those challenges. If you can give me a knowledge check real quick.
Yeah, I'd say he definitely feels like stronger.
Yeah. You can make it actually
more
at advantage. You can make it at advantage just for the fact that Eckhart has talked about this a few times before. It also appears in a lot of the stories that Nicholas tells.
You said knowledge?
Yeah, knowledge.
So that is a 17 with hope.
All right, take a hope. What you feel and what resonates in your mind at that point is challenge is what Thor is. He's about the contest. He is about the strength. He is about the challenge in general. And it's one of those things like you almost find Thor through the challenge. This need to almost test what you're capable of, to risk a lot to test this out, to find where the edge is for you, and that's kind of where a lot of that comfort comes into play with a lot of those situations that you've been in. Is it's that comfort and challenge that's starting to come when before it was just pure fear and not sure what to do with that, but at least acting meant something, but now it's starting to resonate a little bit more for you. So, but you do eventually make your way to the tavern.
I walk in. It's one of those like when you're driving and like you like realize you've driven like 5 miles, like it's one of those. Like I'm at the door. I'm like, oh. And I walk in. I see you.
Oh, Galvan, how'd it go?
Hey. Good. It was an interesting experience.
Yes, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with you being kind of weird? Sit down. We got to talk about something.
You are being
Yeah,
kind of weird.
yeah. You know, it was a great. I feel like I could fly. You know, feel like I could.
Can you?
Do you feel by chance like you're maybe a level above them? Perhaps.
Yeah, I just feel like
Like so happy you could fly right now.
so happy I could fly. I feel great.
Good, man. Sweet's got something to tell you.
Yeah, what's going on?
Anyways, listen, while we was waiting on you, Deryn did a good job patching up old man Nicholas. Look at him over there. He looks a little rough, doesn't he?
Oh. Yeah, what happened to him?
You know, it's a coincidence, right? But listen, I lower my voice. You remember that thing we saw yesterday? That monster? That wolf thing? I was talking to Mr. Nicholas. Now, Deryn, you could tell him. I was talking to him about that story we always hear about the golden hottie. You know what I'm talking about?
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Something a little weird going on there. I'm not trying to say that, you know,
And like,
that might be Nicholas. I don't know.
I wasn't here yesterday, but I'm telling you, like, the wounds that he had, it was like knives and like a blast of some sort. It wasn't like a creature got him.
Wow.
It's like the guards got him.
Yeah, remember when your
What do you
uncle
mean a
blasted that
blast?
thing? Or was it Eckert? I don't know.
No,
Was,
it's his buddy Nikolai or whatever.
I thought
Nicholas missed.
Nicholas missed the shot. I mean, Ecker got a hit in him. I don't know if it'd be a check, but did he
It
hit
was all
him?
blur. I was
either-
getting smothered.
I was
Yeah.
sleeping on my
And I would
floor.
say,
I would
in
say
the
it's-
moment, I probably wouldn't.
It probably was infused in Galvan's mind, I would say. I don't think that's something that you're light to forget. Because if you remember, Eckhart ran in after you and Nicholas completely missed your shots. Nicholas actually hit one of the guards that was starting to run away.
Yeah.
Accidentally, it just killed his ass. But Eckhart
People just die when
did.
we're involved.
Yeah, pretty much. But Eckhart ran in, and because remember he had that charge going on just around the hammer itself, and as he swung and connected, hit a boom of thunder as lightning struck. Tense as a as lightning struck right into its back, probably like somewhere in the back area.
I was like, I remember the hit being big. Okay, that was me talking to God. Yeah, no, that was Eggert. Didn't Eggert hit the wolf with lightning in the back?
Yeah, maybe something. I couldn't see clearly. I got hit pretty hard. I was getting choked out. I knew
Wasn't the
somebody hit him
wolf,
and
like-
scared him off.
Wasn't the fur like gray or white,
It was like a bluish color.
bluish color? I look over. What's Nicholas's like hair color?
Blue.
Yeah, it's blue,
Oh,
stark
is it like-
blue. No, no, he has a stark white sort of color to him. He's definitely an older gentleman.
Yeah, okay. It is weird. Well, maybe it's just a coincidence.
Anyways, listen, boys, listen. I got something to tell you. I'm sorry. I take my drink. I finish it up.
Is that guy a werewolf,
I need to-
anyways?
I think I need to focus on the family a little bit over the next day or so. You
Tell
guys
me,
saw what
man.
happened. El Canto's making us look bad. You know, Edney's trying to say it's my fault. I think I need to help the family.
Listen, I'm telling you, boys. Like, I know the wedding sounds fun and all, but we all got more important things right now. It's like, you're gonna be working till the last minute before that wedding, sweetie.
They need me.
Oh yeah. I don't have anything more important going on.
You sure
You guys
about
want
that?
to come help? Is that what you're saying? You gonna go? You want to come help Sweet Tooth?
I mean, I'll come help. At least today. I mean, I don't have anything going on today. I've actually been kicked out of the house.
Yeah.
I mean, unless, I mean, I
You're
have
kinda
my,
quiet, Deryn.
my daily duties, but other than that, I'm willing to help.
Nah, like my father told me I could stay the night tonight, so I'm down to help out, but I gotta be back tomorrow.
Who you staying the night with?
Well, I was gonna say the night with Galvan, but I guess Dagghart's got a friend. Can I stay the night with you?
With me? There's not a lot of room at the bakery. We can work something out. Maybe the tavern or the inn or something. Or
Yeah, just anywhere. Oh,
you
you
talk
don't.
to Ma. We probably know
Okay.
some people.
Yeah, just somewhere.
I mean, it sounds like Galvan might not be able to get back home either, so we're gonna have to work it out.
That's true. I don't know. Sometimes he's in there for days.
Let's go back to the bakery. I'm sure your parents could use the help. Extra set of hands. I mean, I don't know anything about baking, but I can move things from
No,
one
Darren,
table
if
to
you
the
ask, I mean, if you ask them, they'll probably let you stay there.
Don't ask them. I'll do it. All right. Let me do all the talking. Don't do anything unless I tell you to do it. All right. Follow my instructions to the T, and we'll be all right. If you want to help, you gotta follow my directions. All right.
All right.
But
Fish.
Agni, she really likes you, man. I think you could.
Certainly. Be nice. She's a nice girl. I mean, she's kind of weird.
She is nice.
Like I agree with Sweety in this bag. Like
She's
kind of weird.
perfectly normal.
Don't be talking about my cousin like that. She's not weird. She's fine. She's just weird. All right. Going or not?
Let's go.
I don't think she's weird at all.
We know, Galvan.
I think y'all are weird.
Maybe a little bit, but that's beside the fact. Let's go.
You looking down on us? You starting to look down on us? What is that?
I
You
do
notice
feel a
that,
little
Darren?
taller
You're starting to
today.
look down on us.
I know. I'm telling you, man. Man goes to
You
church
look a little
once.
taller,
He becomes
but-
all self-righteous. I'm telling you.
Maybe just
Mhm.
standing up more right or something.
You
Standing
guys
up
should
right.
try it. It was really fun.
It's kind of your thing. We kind of got our own thing going.
Okay. Well,
But I'm happy for you. Don't
first
start doing that. Don't enter every conversation with one of these. That's what we don't want, okay?
All right, though, but first, before we go back to Sweet Tooth, Darren, you gotta fix that smell, brother.
Oh yeah.
Can't be around Sweet Tooth.
Hey,
Trying to sell
Otto.
breads and people are getting...
Otto, I brought a change of clothes. I carried that sticky troll head. Is there any chance I could take a quick bath? Like maybe throw these clothes away in the dumpster?
Do I look like a bathhouse to you? Go
I
to
just
the other
helped
side of
Dad.
town. Go to the other side of town.
There's a bathhouse, right? Hey,
There
maybe
is.
we all go to the bathhouse.
But like what? I'll pay. I know you got a bath in here somewhere. Just real
Darren, I'm
quick.
talking about
I
a real
go to the
bath, not a-
bathhouse like
not a bath in
everybody
the sink.
else.
All right, we'll
It's
go to
a
the
bath
bathhouse.
in the same sink he uses for alcohol. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Gosh. Uncivilized swine. All right, so you guys head down to the Bagno di Merlara.
Just real quick, in and out.
All right.
That's your problem, Darren. It shouldn't be quick in and out.
Where's all the patience coming from? What's going on with this guy? Look, you just gotta get in and out for the bath. We gotta get back to the bakery. What are you talking about? We're not gonna be there all day. It's not a spa.
Okay.
Not on
Alright.
vacation.
So you guys already know that the bathhouse is very much so like purpose-built, service-built. It is meant to relax and enjoy, obviously to get clean, but a lot of times there's a lot more services than just taking a bath. They'll wash your clothes there, other things. So you guys head in, and it's fairly nicely done up. It's been here for a while. Like it has a kind of hollow feel to it. So a very Roman sort of feel to it. And it's a pretty sizable complex. And it goes down into almost like the bedrock itself. Like it carves into the hillside as you go down further and further. So it's there's a lot going on. So you guys already know what you're getting. Now, if you just go with the typical bath service, then you guys just pay 1 silver and takes care of that. They'll wash your clothes. So
do that real quick.
It happens. You're clean. Your clothes are clean. You smell a lot better. Like, you can feel that more so than before after you get out of these, like, kind of mineral hillside fucking water, you know, what do you call it, a hot spring situation, and get out of there. It's pretty
Sorry
much
about that, boys. I
evening time
didn't
at
realize.
this point.
Sorry about that, boys. I didn't realize how bad I said. You made me go up and talk to Karen, and you do smell like that?
Yeah, you're right. We probably didn't think about that, but I was more concerned with, like, you know, finding out what they was cooking up over there.
You know what? That's
Not you impressing her, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's head back to the bakery.
Unless you killed her cousin and all that, so, you know, I don't think you really had a chance. But look, it's already getting dark outside. We got to get back, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys head back. Arriving a little bit later, about 30 minutes later, since Sweet Tooth Del Forno's in the center of town here. It's gotten a little bit darker. The sun at this point has definitely gone down completely. You arrive and it looks like Erdney is kind of cleaning up around the kitchen area and the bakery area, and your mom seems to be doing some of the books and kind of looking through some of the ledgers. Your dad is kind of planning things out, taking counts of stuff. He seems to be doing more of an inventory situation.
I'd say, you know, walk in like, hey, Ma, Pa, I got the boys with me.
Oh, okay. You guys were out all day. What did you do?
You know, just getting up to things, checking in on everybody, make sure everybody's all good. Old man Nicholas and all that. Hey, Ma, we need to have a family meeting.
Oh, okay. Hey, Deryn, get up here. I'm almost done. Give me a second. Like, hold on. He finishes up real quick and...
Edney, family meeting! I'm like yelling it back there. She's like right next to me, probably.
She's like right next to you, yeah. She's like...
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Hi, Galvan. Hi, Deryn. And then he comes... You know, basically, Deryn comes up and is like, what?
Listen,
Like, I was in the middle of something. You want to interrupt that? Got no respect for me?
I got respect for you, Dad. All right, this is important. Listen, I wouldn't be wasting your time. You think I'm just in here to try to have a chat?
Spit it out!
Listen, all right, we got the wedding coming up in like a day and a half now. Maybe less than that.
I know. We've been waiting for you to do something with this.
I know I don't feel ready. All right, I'm just sorry, Dad. Today. I'm just gonna be honest with you. All right, I went out this morning to check the El Canto del Forno. I just wanted to see the vibe, what they got going on over there. Have you been over there, Dad? Have you seen them? You know what they're doing?
No, I haven't had time. I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been busy.
I think that's our problem, Dad. We need to get out there. We need to do more outreach, all right? I think tomorrow we use the whole day. We go out into the city. We don't have people stop by the bakery, go to them. We got to take a bold move, Dad. You know, they got all new packaging over there. They're selling different snacks and samples, and people leaving there smiling in bundles. We're looking silly. You letting Erdney run this place and she's not doing anything.
First off, Erdney's not running shit. She's just taking on some jobs, first off. Secondly, I think you're right, though. They are doing a lot more, which is probably why they let us off the hook in the first place. Because they probably believe that we're going down, and that's not going to happen. That is not happening. Can you get more of those little fucking fruits?
Well.
Because those scones were delicious, man. Son, I'm telling you, those scones were amazing. And if we got those out there, oh, that would be incredible.
I don't know if we can get more of that quick, Dad. My plan was like have these as like the finale, you know, like keep our normal business and attention, and then we really show something special at the end. But the Morenos over there, they're showing everything, laying it all out for everybody, which is fine. But I think tomorrow we come out suddenly with this big impactful thing, grab all the attention at the last minute. That way people will freshen our minds, you know? They'll be thinking Sweet Tooth, not Morenos.
what impactful thing? Like, what do we have then that they don't have? Because now they're coming out with apparently new desserts and everything else that's coming from like Hollows and shit. Like, what's that about? New packaging? Come on. What's your suggestion then? What are we doing?
Oh, Dad, we got a large family, right? We got a lot of support, right? We ain't been using that, right?
Not something we can muster in a day? You know how long it takes to get messages across to the family?
I don't know, Dad. I got somebody nearby. We just need a couple people, maybe.
The closest is
thinking if we
Valorana, and that's several days of travel.
We just need some good talkers, you know? We need some people on the ground tomorrow. We got us right here. We got Deryn. Look at him. He's ready to go. Smell him. Fresh, Dad. Look at Galvan. He's obviously standing 10 feet taller. He's ready. Look at Edney. She can get out of a book a little bit, go outside. You got me. You know how I am, Dad. I can talk to people all day.
Yeah, but
There's at
we
least
need
4 of us.
you in the bakery. Because who's going to make the cake? We got like a day left. One day.
I thought Ma's making the cake. Ma, you making the cake, Ma? We making the cake together? What's the
What are
plan,
you
Ma?
talking
I
about?
thought
You said
I
you were
thought
going to
the
run
baker.
this. You said you got this.
I got the recipe. I got the ingredients, Ma. You're the one with all the skills.
I mean, I can do it if that's what you tell me to do. You're supposed to run this, though. You didn't tell me what to do.
Oh my God. Stressed out because she's right, but I'm like, you know. All right, Ma, listen. All right. I can help you make the cake. But we don't have that much fruits left because, you know, Ma, you use some of them, Ma. You use some of them, Ma.
Well, how much
should've
do you
talked to me
need?
first.
How much do you need?
Off the script. I don't know what. I mean, I know like kind of how many I would need. I would say probably like a good 5 or 6. But is the wedding cake's just for like, you know, cake and bride, right? We're not, or groom and bride. We're not like everybody's not sampling the cake. I don't know how's that situation.
Oh, yeah, no, they want the big cake for like everybody in the wedding
personal
party kind of
cake?
situation.
Oh, everybody. Oh shit. All right. Yeah, we ain't got enough of that.
Not for the wedding as like every single person, but within the wedding party at least, which means the 2 families, which means the Lord of Valorana. That means like any of the nobles at that point. So it's everyone who's kind of surrounding that spot, and then everybody outside of that can, you know, fucking figure it out.
I don't know what
So
to do.
as far as how many you need, I will say we'll leave that to our roll to see what you're capable of doing with what you have.
I need more than that. But okay. All right. That's fair.
Well, and it depends on
Alright,
how you
well-
utilize it, because if you remember, there's 2 stages of this where the ingredients get kind of put into things. It's in the first stage when you're mixing everything up and you're getting it all ready to go. And then there's the third part of this, which is going to be like the icing or the flavoring that's on the outside of the cake. So it's first off the inside and then the outside. So it just kind of depends on how you utilize that.
All right, Dad. Here's my idea. All right. We just take the best things on our menu, right? We got the panna cotta. We got all that, right? We got the scones now. Maybe we don't use the yuzu anymore. We do our own typical scones. But I'm thinking if we just go out there and we give free samples, you know, we don't sell it to people. We just go out, make sure they've tried our food, make sure it's top quality like it always is, Dad. You know, Ma's good. And we just chat with people. You know, we give that genuine, we are Sweet Tooth, we're here, you know, make sure we connect them with the folks, right? So they know of us and our name. We're not getting overshadowed by the Morenos. And then when the bride tastes the cake, that'll speak for itself. And if it doesn't, we tried.
I'm not about giving out free samples. Nothing. Ain't nobody getting free samples like that. All right. First off. Secondly, I think we could win this whole thing by just the competition itself. They can spend whatever the money they want to by handing out free samples, but I think we can do this off of just the competition itself. I'm a huge fan of a one-shot situation.
Yeah, I like one shots. They're fun, aren't they?
One-shots are the best. Especially when you got everyone around the table. Anywho, so let's go ahead and knock this out. So plan tonight, and then tomorrow we'll hit it hard.
I got the boys to help me, all right, Dad. They need to stay over. We got room for them or no? Ma, we got room for them?
Well, I don't know. Let's see what we have.
At least
We'll
Galvan,
make room.
not Deryn.
Look, we'll make room for both, okay? And then Erden's like, Deryn can hang out, can be in my room. And then your mom's like, what?
You know, he said you were weird.
Look.
I never said that.
You know what? How about we put Galvan and, let's just go ahead and put Galvan and Deryn in the same room. They can have Erden's room, and then Erden, you'll just stay with us. She's like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no problem. That works. There you go.
All right, boys,
Okay.
skip over time.
Yeah. All right.
Y'all ready to
Yeah,
plan all
let's
night?
go.
You get a knock at the door.
Who the hell who's coming here this late? Eddie, you didn't lock up.
It's not the front door, it's the side door.
Eddie,
So
you
it's
didn't
the
lock
way
the
you're-
side door.
So the way your guys' situation is you've got that like kitchen bakery area and like the little dining room and everything else. It's kind of like right there and kind of like nestled into the wall. The side door here is where basically everyone comes in and out as far as like friends and family and stuff like that. And then on the other side of the wall is where the actual like bakery store area is. I'm gonna have to do a map at some point. But then there's the main door where everyone comes through is on that side. So you get the knock at the side door here. And it's kind of a heavy knock.
Should I get the door? Do I normally get the doors? I'll make a move for it if that's.
I was gonna say, Erden kind of stands up to go if you weren't gonna take it, and heads over to the door.
Thank you. Don't worry about it, Eddie. You've done enough.
Oh.
I got it.
Well, thank you. And you grab the door, and there you see two slightly taller figures than yourself, really stout, cloaked, and
Gotta be
you can
close.
tell already that it's Eckhart and Nicholas. And Eckhart's standing there. Oh, sweet hubbub. Look, is Galvan around by chance? I thought he'd be at the tavern, and I tried that, but he wasn't there.
Yeah, Mr. Eckhart, he's in here. He said you told us it was cool if he stayed the night with us. Was working on something in here. You need to talk to him? You come in.
Well, thank you a lot. Thank you. Yeah, we just need to talk for a second. And they head in, and funny enough, Eric also approaches at the door. He's like,
Hey, Mr. Eckhart's here, Mr. Drain.
Is
Another guy.
Darren here by chance?
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, okay, perfect.
We're doing a sleepover.
They all seem
got
to
plans
funnel
to
in. It's
Oh,
like
we're all sleeping over.
It's the
And
best
Doran's
sleepover
like-
ever.
it's a fucking reunion all of a sudden. Okay, all right. Look,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to figure something out. And Eckhart and Nicholas are like, oh no, we're not. We're not staying over. You don't have to worry about us. We got a spot and everything. Eric, you can stay in Galvan's spot if you want to, since he's gonna be staying here apparently. Galvan, if you don't mind, we do kind of need to chat about a few things. And
Okay, yeah.
he motions
Excuse me.
to the side, and so he kind of like, do you all mind if we use the main storefront here? And Doran's like, go ahead, it's fine. Takes you into that side. Eric's like, well, Deryn, I believe it's time that we also talk as well.
Yeah.
And Doran, I wouldn't actually mind if you sat in on this. Sweety, you're welcome to as well if you'd like to. Don't have to. I know you guys are busy right now. It looks like you all had a whole thing planned, and I'm sorry that I came through and messed it up.
No, I'll be there. Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening. What's up?
Well, it's more about Deryn himself, and, well, kind of how things came to be. And Doran's like, oh, are we
Are you
having
dying,
that?
Aaron? Is he dying?
Oh, no.
No, he's
Sweet.
not dying. No, are we having that conversation, Eric? And Eric's like, well, apparently it's time. You know the news I got. Oh, it's concerning that? Oh shit, things got serious. Yeah. And it's probably about time that the lad knows. Okay.
What's going on?
He also doesn't know. I'm sitting here like he's got information. He's like, what's happening? I'm like, you're dying. They said you're dying.
He also doesn't know. So you all sit down around the table. That's when actually Eric's like, hey, Eckhart, you do you want to be in on this by chance? I mean, you've kind of known about this as well. And Eckhart's like, I suppose so. I mean, if you're gonna have to talk, Nicholas, if you want to just take a walk or something, you can. Unless you want to be here for all this crap. No, I'll be here for it. Why not? Kind of excited to hear crap going on in Merlara. It's definitely different than Erendune. It's like, all right, suit yourself. Galvan, I suppose we'll just chat in front of them as well, since we're all having a fucking powwow and chatting about everything. All right, who's going first? Who wants to go first, Galvan or Deryn?
I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, I want to know if Darren's dying.
Oh,
No.
right. Eric, if you want to
He's
start
dying,
things
isn't
off,
he?
then. Eric's like, all right, I'll start things off. So Eric pulls out a rather sizable tome, sets it on the table, turns to the first bit, and he hands you a picture that you actually saw not but last night. If you remember, as he was trying to like search through things and you were cleaning things up, you noticed that there was a picture of a woman. And he then goes to like hand it to you. And it's a rather just modest, okay drawing of what looks to be not like an incredibly beautiful woman, but just a woman. Primarily her face. It's not really like a full-on body situation. It's just primarily her face. And we may like. Do you guys want to speed this up and go through this, or do you want to actually go through the conversation for this?
I'm like, she's looking kind of attractive. Who was that? Is that your mother? I'm all in it.
You all
I
in
like
it?
the conversation.
Okay.
I'm in it.
Just checking. Don't want to force nothing on to nobody. It's gonna be a
I'm looking
second
for
here.
ways to make fun of Deryn.
This
Looking
could
for
remove some of
content to
those.
bring up later.
This could remove some of that actually.
Okay.
So he then goes in to describe this woman. This is actually your mother. We met in Hollows, funny enough. I was a guard for a pretty secretive little organization, military organization that kind of was off to the side doing experimental type stuff. Just a guard, nothing more. Wasn't doing anything in particular. And this woman approaches me. She's talking about how she's missing her son. She doesn't know where her son's at. I'm obviously not sure what she's talking about. She then describes an individual that is over the installation in which I was a guard of. Blonde hair, solid build. He apparently had raped her. She comes as a child 9 months later, and apparently he had taken you from her. And lo and behold, you are in this compound, in this installation in which I guard. And your mother pleaded with me to get you out and return you to her. At first I didn't actually know what to think of it. I didn't believe her. Until one night I was led through because I was being promoted and needed to know more about the installation which I am protecting. And they were giving me a tour of the area so that way I understood the importance of the work they were doing for the Emperor. As we walked through, they led me into a chamber. There I heard children crying, young infants. Each of them had a mark on their chest. Some language I didn't understand. I don't know what it all meant. And he shows you a picture of the mark, and it's got very jagged sort of script to it, and it's looks to be one full-on symbol, but it's unrecognizable to anything you've seen before. However, Eckhart kind of perks up as he sees it, and he's like, "Oh, haven't seen that in a little while." And so, Eric continues on. Well, this was on your chest to be particular. And I noticed the name and the overall look of you from what she had described. And I realized that you had to be her son. They led me through and continued. And they were telling me about how each child was being inserted with a dragon stone. And it's a new experimental way to create dragon warriors. Individuals that can pull upon this power. And they were basically setting in motion this sort of transformation of normal human children into these ultimate dragon warriors of some kind. I really still to this day do not fully understand and have tried to find more out without much avail, besides to know that this individual still is over that particular division. And recently I had gotten word that he's coming here. It's enough to trigger anyone's past trauma at that point. But what had happened was I had gotten you out. But they were on to me at that point. They knew this was happening. They were ready for this to some degree. Let's face it, they did train extremely well for these moments. And although I managed to get you in her arms, during the escape as we began to fled, she had been shot by several crossbow bolts as she was running with you. I almost didn't think that you were going to survive as you got crushed into the ground. You even, if you notice a little scar there, you even have the scar from when the arrow pierced that went through her chest and when it landed on top of you. Realizing that she had died, I grabbed you and continued on. I fled to Silverbrook and then to Valerana, and then I found a nice old couple here that were currently selling crops in Valerana. And they said that they would put us up. And so I went to Merlara. We laid low. As you grew up, we called them your grandma and grandpa, and we had a nice little family. And then obviously the farm was given to us. They didn't have any children of their own, so they were more than happy to take us in and give us the property once they went. They put us into their will, and which is why we now have our own farm. I'm not actually your father. I'm probably the furthest thing from at that point. but that's what I've been holding on to this entire time. That's why I have armor. That's why I have a nice sword. And why the mention of Hollows typically gives me goosebumps. And he pulls out several notes and kind of turns, and instead of pulling them out, he turns the book, slides it to you, and you see that these are almost like diary notes of him at each of those dates talking about, you know, what was going on at the time. And it looks like it started primarily when he was in Merlara, and he began accounting for the time from not only the situation that started this off, but also the journey down through Silverbrook, through Valorana, to eventually meeting who you knew as your grandparents, to now being in Merlara and becoming a farmer. Just a quaint, nothing sort of person that shouldn't be known or seen by anybody. And it's just notes talking about those times and what he was thinking, feeling, what was going on. Like how weird it is to be a pseudo father to a child that is not his, for a woman who's now completely dead at this point, like just was massacred with crossbow bolts. And then you do see a tear kind of come to his eyes. He's like, but one thing that I suppose I didn't mention is, as I was fleeing with you, the commander walked out and, using his breath attack, burned your mother to a crisp. And that is something I will never forget.
As I start to see the tear fall from his eye, I'm gonna reach over and kind of grab his hand.
It's back to shaking again.
Yeah. I try to steady it, hold it still. I've always had an inclination that I was a little bit different. And while you may not be my father biologically, you'll always be my dad.
And it's a heartfelt situation where he goes in for the hug and, everyone's crying. Sorry, I don't do feelings. But, yeah, rather shocking little story that was just told in front of you guys. Whoa. What's Galvan's thought process here?
I think at some point in the story too, he just puts a hand on Deryn's shoulder. While he doesn't, obviously his family is not that bad off. He understands the not knowing or not being around your parents growing up, and I feel like watching that reality shatter on him, going that, he definitely has the knows that must be rough and has no idea what to say. So that it's just the hand on the shoulder, because he got to understand that growing up, so he can't imagine what it's like to find that out right now.
Yeah.
It's just completely
it's the reverse.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was because it was hard to accept that as a child, but grown up, and now to watch it happen in an instant. Yeah. So it definitely feels, heart goes out to him kind of situation.
All right, then what's Hubbub feeling right now?
I don't want to be the awkward one, but I got lots of things to say. You're telling me that Darren's from Hallows and his name's not Deryn, and we don't know who his real father is, but we do, but we don't know him. And you're telling me you've been lying to him his whole life, and that's why he thinks he's weird, but you're not weird, Deryn, but you are weird, but now I understand why you like Ernie weird. And I'm just rambling too much because I'm dealing with it in a different way than everyone else.
That's when
vomit.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's when Doran just kind of goes, Hubbub, Shut up.
All right, Dad. Sorry.
We've been
What's your
we've been
real
holding
name,
on to
then?
this for a
Your real
while.
name is something?
Yeah, we've been holding on to this for a while, okay? This is something that eventually got confided in us, which is why Deryn, that's why we keep you around as much as we can. It's
So
just,
everybody knew.
well,
I didn't
Me?
know. I thought your name was Deryn this whole time.
Eckhart and I knew, so, you know.
I think
I'm sorry, lad.
I think I need a second. Yeah, step outside
Okay.
while Galvan and Eckhart have their moment. But Deryn definitely steps outside, kind of wallowing in self-pity, not knowing who the fuck he is, what the fuck he is. Trying to process that all by himself. Like, he's gonna go purposely away so that even if, like, the others do seek to fall out, like, wouldn't be able to find them.
And Eric kind of reaches for a moment and then kind of realizing, like, okay, kind of time to give people some space. So he just kind of sits and drinks his drink. And then Eckhart kind of looks over. Well, lad, I suppose it's our turn. But you already know about your little runic heart here. However, there are a few things that we need to discuss, not only about that, but also your parents in general. So, let's first start with the runic heart. Lad, Nicholas and I were
coming up, do I?
You do not. You're the weird
Jesus,
normal
just
kid.
terrified.
You're not
Yeah.
a goblin.
Yeah, you're not a goblin. Oh shoot, no, you're just the weird normal kid that has no weird things with their parents or no random ass shit happening. You're
weird
just
at all.
a normal person in that aspect. So that's the good part. So Eckhart looks to you there, Galvan. Right, so let's start with the runic heart. That's the more fun side of things, anyways. So it is true that your parents did come because you had an issue, and I crafted it, and it, for some fucking reason or another, it actually worked. Nicholas and I, we actually...
Worked really well.
It works seemingly well enough. I mean, it's lasted this long. But Nicholas and I had actually been crafting something that we want to eventually give you tomorrow. It's been taking a lot of time. But he helped me finish it. Today, and I think it's ready. And he pulls it out, and it looks like it's several different pieces. Different stones that all have separate carvings that are this kind of like reddish black brimstone kind of like look to each of the stones, but still very much so smooth, polished, almost like it's riverstone, but it isn't. The runes themselves are different runes on each and every single one that are red and kind of like this orange look to this glow that they have, as he has it currently on a cloth. And you go and you can, if you go to touch it at all, like the cloth feels extremely warm, and you can feel the heat coming off of those things. He's like, that is supposed to be an improvement. I'm hoping we can, operate on you tomorrow and get this taken care of. So hopefully this helps things to last a little bit longer. At least that's the thought here. That we're kind of in unknown territory, so it's of course up to you whether you want to accept this or not. Okay? Do with that information as you will. Think about it for now. But the main thing that I really wanted to talk to you about, since it feels like we're coming to the point where you all will most likely venture out and journey onward, at least you will here, Galvan. I wanted to talk to you about your parents in particular. And it's hard for me to say this, but your parents, after they came through, they had no real money at all whatsoever, and they would realized that they weren't going to be able to take care of you in any way, shape, or form. And so they didn't just leave you to me as payment. They left you to me because they didn't feel like they had the ability to take care of you. So the letters that you've been receiving have actually been from me. I have a friend in the guild that has been teaching me Dracana. And unfortunately, it hasn't been great. I'm not that great at it, and I've been trying to understand it, but it's kind of hard when you don't have anyone to speak it with, you know what I mean? So it's rather tough. So I tried just learning at least to write it. And my friend had been helping me out with that. And I thought maybe these letters might give you some form of at least hope to kind of keep you going. To know that at least somebody out there, besides myself, cares about you more deeply. And it may have had the opposite effect of what I was hoping for, but I feel like it's probably necessary for you to understand that it's been me writing these letters, and unfortunately not your parents. I have no clue where they're at, if they're ever coming back, or what's going on. Whether they're alive or dead, I have no idea, and unfortunately I haven't been able to find them. So, it's been rather tough. And I'm sorry for all of that. Unfortunately, you haven't had much of a choice in the matter, but there it is. So,
oh, okay. He just 1,000-yard stares. It like doesn't say anything.
and Deryn just
Galvan was the one that was dying?
yeah,
You were dying, Galvan? I'm just...
no response from
Being
Galvan.
comedic relief.
And Deryn starts off
Yeah.
with like, yeah, see, I told him it wasn't a good idea, but he did it anyways. Look, Galvan, I'm sorry. He's a dwarf. He doesn't understand this kind of thing. And let's face it, he never had kids before anyway, so I suppose you were the closest thing he even had to a kid. He tried his best. That's all I can say. He made the wrong choices on a regular basis, but you know, we tried to help him.
I just stand up. I think I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, lad.
night.
All right.
It just
Galvan, you could die tomorrow. Like, just keep throwing it back in his face. No sensitivity, awareness.
I just leave the
What an asshole.
the stones on the table or whatever. Yeah, like just straight to bed. Bedroom. He ain't probably sleeping, but
Yeah, you make your way up to Erdney's bedroom, and it's just, yeah, whatever you do there.
just stare at the wall.
Yeah. He's like, all right, I suppose he's got a lot to think about, and he packs up the stones. And, well, tell Galvan if, whenever he comes to from all this, he can come find Nicholas and I, and we'll get everyone set up, as it were. Discuss it further if need be. And he looks kind of flustered and looks around, nods, and very anxiously and uncoordinatedly here walks out as he kind of like trips here and there and like can't seem to get his shit together. Obviously affected by the conversation, at least to some small degree. And he exits. And Eric looks around and he's like, well, I suppose I'll go comfort Eckhart, I guess. I don't know. We're bad at this. And Doran's like, yeah, you guys are fucking terrible. Just go.
Yeah, now traumatize Hubbub. Do it, DM.
Yeah.
Paul, you knew about all this time? You knew about this all this time, Paul?
Yeah. Hey, I was told not to say anything. I'm not gonna say anything when I'm told not to say anything, and I promised I wouldn't say anything, and I've kept that promise. It's been tough.
Look what you're doing to me, though. Look, what about me? Look at me now. One of my friends might die. The other one might hurt himself. What am I supposed to do?
talking
We got
about?
the big day tomorrow.
We're gonna focus in on the day. They need to worry about their shit. We got our stuff to do. Well, you know what? Look, we'll close down for the day. We'll close down for the day, and we'll go ahead and focus in on this cake.
I'm supposed to just forget about them? Let them suffer on their own? Like they've been doing apparently this whole time?
Well, then go comfort your friends.
What about the business? We gotta get the cake.
Yeah, we
Making
do.
everything about me.
How about you go get Deryn, okay? Just go get Deryn, go find him. And then your mom's like, yeah, you go get Deryn, I'll deal with Galvan. I'll go get him real quick. I'll make sure they're okay. Nerdy's like, I mean, I can join you to find Deryn. You're probably gonna need more help.
Come on, Edney. Yeah, you don't ever leave the house. Come on. Deryn kind of likes you anyway. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, does he?
I don't know. I'm just saying that. Come on. Edney, come on, Edney. I just throw you
Oh,
on.
that's so mean. Okay, good.
So,
We gotta find him anyways. And
So, as far as Darren's concerned,
yeah, where's
he
he
had
at?
one thing. So I feel like Deryn would have, taken a good 10, 15 minutes just kind of wandering around aimlessly till he found a spot to kind of sit or reflect what happening. Tears coming down, red at the face, just pissed off at the world, mad at whoever his true biological father is. Ends up wandering to the town watch.
Okay. By the way, it is raining right now.
I love the dramatic
Hardcore
effect.
raining.
Yeah, perfect. It's very somber.
Yeah, very somber. I love. He makes it all the way to the town watch and tries to find a door, maybe anywhere I can try to get anyone's attention. I start pounding.
Okay. Pounding around trying to find anybody, and you said the town watch, right?
Yeah.
The guards. You actually see Fen come out like, oh, what? Deryn?
Finn, you're exactly who I was looking for. Are you busy right now?
I'm trying to sleep. Why? What's up? What's wrong with you?
I need. Oh, so much. I don't want to bore you or traumatize you with the details. I need to learn to fight.
Now?
If at all possible, tomorrow morning. Stay here. I don't care. But I hear
Give
you're
me
the man to go to.
give me an instinct check. At disadvantage.
I'm laughing at somebody saying I need to learn how to fight when he one punch killed a man not a week ago.
With disadvantage,
Disadvantage, yeah.
it's an 11 with hope.
11 with hope. Go ahead and take your hope. Which means I'm gonna spend some stuff here. As you're feeling all of this,
They'll suffer.
as you're feeling all of this, it starts to wear on your sense, your senses. Your vision starts to kind of blur for a quick second as you're standing there, as your body's not doing anything right now, and you need to do something, and you just feel this energy well up inside of you, and uncontrollably. Go ahead and roll 2d8.
Oh, fuck. 16 with fear.
2d8.
Oh, you said 2d8. I apologize.
Yeah.
2d12.
I was like, fuck, how did you max that out? That's wild.
I'm just like that. 11.
11. Okay. That'll do it. That's enough. As this burst of energy just leaps out of your mouth through Fen. As he kind of looks behind and all of a sudden gets hit, like right to his heart. And he just stops for a moment, and your vision comes back like after this well of emotion. And you can see this like burst sort of scarring that was almost instantaneous on his chest. And he's like, I can't breathe. And then he knocks back in the doorway, dead as a doornail.
What?
Was that Finn? I missed it. Who was it?
Yeah, it was Fen.
Oh no.
I immediately start trying to tend to him.
As you
What
start
good
to
it'll
tend to
do.
him, the sound that arced out of you, basically, that lightning, that thunderous sound, basically, as it hit the back end of the wall, wakes everybody up in this area, as they are like, oh, what the hell was that? As they're covering their ears in like pain for a brief moment. They look down and they see you standing over Fen, and Fen not even moving. They're like, what happened to Fen? Deryn, what did you do?
I don't know! I'm screaming at this point, trying to like... I don't know. Have you seen the scene of the dude trying to like stuff his guts back into himself from Saving Private Ryan? Like, I'm trying to perform CPR on it, like, dead body.
And
Just
they
scream, "I don't
immediately
know."
push you off and back into the rain at that point. Which I think this brings up a wonderful little moment. Go ahead and roll your duality dice. And just give me the straight number.
Okay.
Or actually, not the straight number. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to do something fun here. I need... Let's see here. You can add in your instinct to this.
Added instinct, okay. Adding 0.
You all remember Chaos Touched?
The straight roll is
He
19.
said adding 0. Yeah, I remember.
19.
Adding 0.
Okay. So in that moment, okay. This chaos comes erupting out of you. Instead of it being internalized in some way, shape, or form, it comes out of you. As in what form would you say this chaos might take the look of?
Oh my gosh, I feel like it'd be like a mix of just black and like purple energy, like just swirling around.
I was
pretty rad.
banking on purple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty rad. I'll take that. If you would, go ahead and roll 2d10 for me.
I need a D10. There we go. 13.
13. Okay. As this energy, this unleash of energy comes reaching out, and one of the individuals that pushed you off gets hit by this and knocked up into the door frame, the top of the door frame, as you hear their back crack and almost fold in on itself from just the sheer power of this energy, as they then smash onto the ground in front of you, limp. Barely even a screech comes out. Just a and sack of meat just hitting the ground. Go ahead and mark off two stress points in the process for all this. As it is pouring down rain. As all this is happening, the lightning arcing out of you, this energy starting to unleash. And all of them look at you, just like, Deryn, what have you done? Deryn, get out of here. Like, they're all like afraid, like, just get out of here, just go away. As they start to back up, like not wanting anything to happen to them at this point.
I get up and start sprinting in no known direction.
Okay.
Just away.
As you begin to run and just keep running, you start to feel like a little bit of power in your step a little bit. Nothing too crazy, just like you feel like you're running faster and stronger than you ever have before at this point. And you head out, ducking and diving through all these different side streets, alleys, and eventually you run into Sweety and Ernie as they are like calling your name and like looking for you. It's almost as if you're kind of honing in on that to some degree, and we're running even faster and harder. Go ahead and mark another stress point off as you run right into them. Now for Sweety,
I don't even say a word.
I was gonna say for Sweety, you just see Deryn just running like an absolute anime kid, just absolutely completely beside himself, unable to handle it all, and runs straight into you, crying, and just has no clue what to do.
Deryn, is that you? Deryn, oh, we found him, man. I found him. We found him. Deryn, I'm like picking him up, trying to see if he's responsive or whatnot.
Sweetie.
Why you had to hit me like that? You didn't see me standing there?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
What's going
it.
on with you? What are you running around outside in the rain for?
I don't know. Can we just go? I think I'm just gonna go home.
Ernie just kind of
You
gives
gotta
you
go
a
home. That's
big old hug and just kind of holds you for a little bit.
get off him, Ed. He's fine. Get up, Deryn. I like rip them off each other.
Okay. She's like, no, he's not fine. He needs somebody to care about him, and obviously that's not going to be you.
Pretty good.
What are you saying? I care about him. Come on, Deryn.
I think I'm just gonna.
No, we're taking you home. There's
Back
no
to the farm.
ifs, ands, or buts about it. Get your ass inside.
Yeah, we're doing the sleepover. Remember, we're coming back to Sweet Tooth.
And she's got like her arm around you, and she tries to get your arm around her, kind of thing, and wants to like walk you back.
I'll help with that, obviously.
Gotcha.
I'm just a little short, so it's not working out very well for either of us, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, Ernie's not able to do a whole lot.
I was gonna say, Darren's a tall, lanky kid. He's pretty.
Yeah.
As they're dragging you in the rain, your feet are like...
Yeah, it's a thought that counts.
I like. Darren is so overwhelmed by emotions right now. Is he even realizing really what's going on?
No.
I'm having
No
a tough
idea.
time.
Yeah, no idea as to what's going on. But it's just, it's like raw emotion and energy just coursing through you at this moment in time.
Does he look different or anything? Not growing
A
scales
little
or
bit.
anything.
Give me an instinct check, actually. I'd say at disadvantage because it's dark, it's raining, it's hard to see with these fucking lamps and shit, so.
I'm not gonna need disadvantage. Instinct is +1, so 9 with hope, -1, so 8 with hope.
8 with hope. Alright, so for the hope, I'll say that you definitely notice, like, obviously you take your hope, but for the hope, I'd say that you do notice, like, a little bit of, like, scales starting to kind of crawl up his neck. And you do see this glow in his chest that's got this, like, light blue. to it. Nothing super bright. Just you do notice it just a little bit there, and you can kind of see some of the scales starting to come down his arms just a little bit. And they're almost kind of translucent. They're not like full-on scales. It's almost like a fish, almost.
Yeah. I won't say too much about it. I was like, what you get into? You got something all over you. As I'm dragging his ass with my cousin. However far.
Yeah. It takes you guys about 20 minutes to finally
Can you
get
help us walk
back.
a little bit? I'm like the whole time trying to talk him into walking on his own and all that.
But you guys
look
eventually
what
make
you
it
do in
back.
the head. You should never lift people like that. I'm just complaining.
The whole time, the whole way.
Like I do, chatter.
You'd be the worst kid to have in the car.
We there yet? We're there yet?
Yeah, we did yet? I gotta pee. Are we there yet? Yeah, so eventually you do make it back and coming out of the rain. I would say in that time, Galvan, that Mama Sweet Tooth just kind of came through and kind of comforted you, like rubbed your back or whatever, and just tried to talk to you a little bit. I don't know if you would have actually talked back or anything, but she would have brought you something to eat. You know, she was just trying to be as nice as she possibly could.
Yeah, it's probably just like, just those responses and like staring at the ceiling, like flat on the floor.
Okay, there you go.
Bro, poor
So-
Mrs. and Mrs. Sweet Tooth, like two adopted dads just come in, drop the worst trauma dump of all time, and just leave the kids at their house.
Now you know why they're all so close with each other.
Yeah.
Tragedy binds.
Like, what
It's
are you
crazy.
thinking about? Oh, everything bad that's ever happened to me.
Just everything.
I have no parents. Yeah, the both of you don't. That's always fun. So eventually though, Mama
No
Sweet Tooth
parents,
does
no
come
heart.
down. Yeah. Eventually Mama Sweet Tooth leaves you be and then goes downstairs. And she sees you three walk in. Oh my goodness, Deryn, come here. What's going on? What is with this? Why are we doing this kind of thing right now? Like, what's with this timing? Anywho, get over here. And she fixes you a plate and gets you like a blanket and everything, and just kind of makes you some hot tea. Kind of gets you set up, basically sitting down at the table. She's not
I'll
taking
definitely
any requests. She's just forcing this on you
Yeah.
almost.
I'll definitely take a couple sips of tea. I might like pick up the food, play around with it, maybe take like the smallest bite, but just staring at my plate. I think I need to go to bed, Sweet Tooth. I apologize for.
No, it's fine. It's fine. She just goes in for a hug. She's like, "Don't say another word. Just go to sleep." And
Yeah,
then
you just need to sleep it off.
she
I'll
lets
go
you go
up to-
upstairs.
Yeah, I'll go to Ernie's room where Galvan is also just staring at the wall. I'll walk in. Oh, you just having a rough night too?
Yeah, just blasting My Chemical Romance, dude. Just
Yeah.
Simple plan.
I'll
Like
just
him
go.
over there.
I'll just go sit right next to him, and both of us will just be doing this.
I'm just a kid in
life is-
Yep. Or you kind of hear the piano go. Dun,
my...
dun, dun,
no, that song was
dun.
invented,
It's just.
Yeah. The Black Parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello,
All right.
young boy.
Sweetie, what are you doing, man? Your friends just went through some shit. What are you doing? You going to sleep?
Yeah, I'm probably just, sitting downstairs a little bit, trying to draft up some plans for my ideas that I'm supposed to somehow come up with alone now when I invited these guys over here to do it with me. So I'm just jotting down general notes and ideas of a plan for tomorrow, and if I can even use them now with what they've
Sounds
gone through.
good.
But I'm more concerned with myself and what's going on, because that's just who I am.
It's fair. You know, I did take out 2 giant GM wrenches and I just threw them at you.
Need to process that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. So then, gentlemen, that is where we will leave that tonight, with one more day of prep, funny enough, and a whole hell of a lot of emotional baggage to get through. So
There's gonna be a lot of shit going on tomorrow.
it's gonna be nuts. But thank you guys for watching. Leave us a comment, leave us a like. If you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. We got more of this kind of content for Daggerheart, DC20, and Lancer. Got tons of stuff going on. So subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss a single video. But until the next time, y'all, keep that shield wall strong.